extra content there. Oh, okay. What's up, YouTube? We out here. We doing the damn thing. We're gonna start with some podcasting before we go trade a little bit. All right. Also, so for tomorrow, how that's gonna go is pick up the truck at 7 in Parkland.
Yeah.
And then we bring it back here. We load everything into the back of the truck. And then that's the part we need help for.
I'm always getting used for my muscles. My muscles. I'm so ripped and buff and shredded.
Gains. And then after that, it is charging both at the same time. Dope. After that, Tiana goes to work the next day. I drive the truck to the new place. And then we can't unload until 4. I don't need help that day. We have plenty of help that day.
That's fair.
We unload around 4.
Right.
And then we deliver the truck by 7. Let me use the bathroom real quick myself. And we'll be good to go. Do you need any snacks or anything? You hungry?
I'm pretty hungry, yeah.
I figured we could stop somewhere for lunch after this. I don't have a lot of money. I could cover myself at least. I don't know if that's something you're interested in. But for snacks right now, I got some chip options over here. Interesting choice with the hair, but
That's fair, but chicks dig it, so how does that make you feel?
they do.
It's not one of those ones adult film stars trying to think of a nicer word for that. It's not. This is old timey boxer.
Old timey. Oh, let's make sure though.
And if I do this, I can't. Oh, I should have did that. I should have producted it and did handlebars. I can't. But my hair's stubborn as shit. It needs product, and I need to not move at all, or I'll sweat it all up.
Right. All right. We're gonna go ahead, turn these guys on. Mic number 1. Mic number 2. And I'm hitting start. What's up, Tacoma, Spotify? How's it going? We are the Tacoma Parkour Collective. My name is Tyler.
I'm Jared.
And we kind of do this just to kind of talk about things going on in the community and what we're up to.
Jared has been training a lot more than I have lately. I've just been working.
Yeah, working on 360s. I've been doing it a lot. Just at the same spot too. So I'm sorry to the viewers that it's been the same spot like 8 times in a row. But I mean, we haven't really been kicked off except one of the most recent times. But that was just because we were banging on the cone, the big cone you saw at the beginning. Of the shoe review video, it's sheet metal, so it's bah, 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 bah. And some dude came out wagging his finger. Apparently, I never see that, but Grissom seen. So
Grissom seen it.
Okay, this is the last spot anyway, so let's just get it going.
Right. Yeah, I can't say I've ever been kicked off training at the Glass Museum myself.
Well, training at the Glass Museum. We were training on the Glass Museum, and I think that's where the problem was.
Yeah, that's probably where they draw the line. Is like, hey man, get off our wall.
You're being loud. There are people in here. Bang, 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 bang. Like,
bang, bang.
You're gonna see when I eventually get to that, but
maybe at like 6 a.m, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, going early before anyone's
10 p.m. at night.
Some night clips, yeah. Yeah, right. I like getting night clips in the winter because then it's like 5 o'clock, it's pitch black already, and it's like, nice.
Now that I'll be living closer, it'll be easier for me to get out and train. I've been living pretty far away, so all of the times that you see me, I had to do some like extra stuff just to be able to be there.
Right, I live like 10-minute drive from downtown, and it took an hour to get here.
Yeah. Now I'll be living. I don't want to disclose exactly where, just because of the nature of the internet, but yeah. I will be much closer to the parkour community of Tacoma.
Good, we never see you anymore.
Yeah, I know I need to get out and do more. I did get to do some parkour today. We're going to go do some stuff. I have a couple awesome spots in mind today. There is a couple of them are like abandoned businesses. There's a closed Blockbuster.
That's what you're saying.
A couple little walls, and the building is closed, so it hopefully isn't too sketchy to go train at. And then after that, there's also a closed Sherry's. There's a Sherry's.
So it's like a octagon shaped building.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. With a couple, there's like where their dumpster used to be is like these blank walls. So
I believe you. I just know what Sherry's look like.
Yeah, Sherry's is it. Besides that, there's a couple like rail spots, like where there's like consecutive handrails to kind of train on, and this is all kind of like in the Edgewood to Federal Way area. So it'll be nice to kind of add some spots to my growing parkour map. If you guys check out my Instagram at tylorvgwin Instagram.
Check it out. He's got a bunch of spots all over the place.
All over this place. I have a list of parkour spots in Washington there, and I have a list of parkour spots for the Portland area as well, because I used to live there.
You should start a thread that's only about benches, though, because that'd be funny.
Oh my god!
I think that'd be really funny if there was one that was just like, this is one of my favorite benches. Actually, you should do that for shorts and TikTok. Just run around like, it's like that guy who checks faucets. You just show up at like super nice benches that I admire this bench. You never heard of that guy? There's a guy who goes to public faucets and he opens it. But public water! It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That sounds hilarious. You're gonna have to send me that guy after we finish recording this episode. Yeah. So, man, you got kicked off the Glass Museum. That's pretty insane. What just happened to? Oh, okay. I was watching the TV. We got the videos up in the background, and so the screen went black, and I was like, what is going on?
With the sound, it makes sense.
With the sound, yeah. I have the sound off so that it doesn't really affect the podcast, but I like having stuff for us to reflect back on. watching Caleb train is always a very interesting experience. He's young. He hasn't had a ton of injuries through his training, so he lacks this sense of fear that us older practitioners have developed into and kind of have to let go of ourselves. But he doesn't have that because he's like 18.
He's trained for a long time though.
He has.
It's 10 years.
He has a lot of training experience, but not a lot of like injuries or the sense of caution that we have.
Yeah, but sometimes people just don't need a sense of caution to operate.
That's true. I do. I make some pretty stupid decisions.
Right.
So I need to like make sure I test everything. I need to test all of my surfaces. I need to
always check your surfaces.
check those surfaces.
That's why gym stuff, at least when the stuff's movable, is harder for me because I'm worried about the obstacle not doing what I need it to do rather than the actual technique. When I'm outside, I know I know a dang wall isn't gonna just tip over if I try to Kong over it. It's gonna stay standing up.
Right.
When I've 100% took chest bumps to the floor because of the boxes, I was like ah. Wasn't my favorite. I wish it hurt. So then at least I wouldn't look. I don't know why, but like it just didn't hurt at all, and so I was just sitting there like a little mad, like dang it. Dang it.
Yeah. I think the last time we trained together was this video that's on right now when we were doing the shoe test. And
we did a couple vaults last time. We did a pod on like Valentine's Day because I got a
yeah.
or the day before Valentine's Day because I got a migraine.
Oof,
so I remember that.
Do remember that. So one other time, the shoes are still holding up super well. I love my Store Roar 10s, in fact. So thank you so much again. Like, I hope one day to be able to find a way to give back to you like that, because that was
give back to the community. That's the point.
Definitely.
I'm giving back to the community. I already made that mistake with soccer. It's after like 20 years, I got a little complacent and almost felt like the sport owed me. The sport don't owe you nothing. You owe the sport, if anything. You know what I mean? So you just got to do your best and enjoy your time.
Well, it's definitely a solid investment in the sport because I have now gone on to find some new spots and it's kind of reinstilled my motivation in training. Like, thank you.
You're welcome. But
now,
technically semi-professional.
Technically. Semi.
You could say sponsored. I'm okay with that. I want to be able to. We made 52. I'll cut that part out, baby, on the YouTube video. We've made decent money in the 3 months since January started.
Okay, sick.
So we're probably not gonna be able to like pay bills or nothing, but we can definitely like pay for competitions here probably by next year. Because I want to participate in the skill competition next year. I don't feel as in flow state right now for that, but
it would be nice to put a few of us in the comps.
Go support Caleb on April 5th and 6th. I finally found the link. It's so convoluted. It's not on the main page, but if you click the map and click Northwest, it's a subdivision. It is on there. So
it's on there.
It's on there. I finally found it. I've been looking for it for like 3 weeks. Man. I posted a comment on Instagram and double checked. I couldn't find it and then finally found it. And it was like, all right, I'm going to delete my comment. I found it.
We found it. Man, watching this double Kong happen is like everything for me right now. I wanted to get that double Kong clean and I just couldn't bring myself to do the exit quite the way I wanted. But then Grissom had to go and break the freaking table.
Yeah, but if you watch, he does it with real steez. Like, he does everything.
Right.
He thinks he's not steezy, but he's like the steeziest one on the team. Like, everything he does, he just steezes it out somehow. And I'm jealous of his steez, and he thinks I'm playing around, but I'm not.
Right.
He just has style to what he does. He feels like he can do it, which if you feel enough like you can do it, it can. I don't know. He makes it work, and I like that.
You gotta make it work. Yeah. So if you're listening to the podcast and you have some ideas for spots, please reach out. We have many social media accounts. You can reach out to any of the members of the team with a spot, and we're more than willing to check it out. We would appreciate if you could send like a Google Map link, maybe a couple pictures. I know.
Where can they send that though?
They could send it to me at tylorvgwin, either on TikTok or Instagram. And then I'm sure they could send it to you.
Yeah, at Jaraldinh0 with a 0. If you're wondering why it's a H, it's Portuguese. That's it. I'm not gonna over explain it.
You could also send a message, I believe, to the Tacoma Parkour Instagram, right?
We don't have an Instagram yet, but definitely the TikTok. You can send it on the TikTok. I just haven't got around to it, I guess. There's no excuse or anything. It's a lot, okay? I'm working on it.
We're getting there.
I'm working on it.
I also, if you are in the Tacoma area and you're interested, I soon will be offering weekly classes at Sprinker Recreation Center. They have a new fitness court. They've just remodeled their entire play field area. They have all kinds of new stuff out there. There's also rock climbing at Spire Rock and a whole forest right next door to do some hiking in and some forest parkour. So there's definitely plenty of opportunity to train, and if you are interested in learning parkour, this would be a great way for you too. I offer a first class free, and then it will be about $10 per student. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What big events are coming up? There's a competition.
All March and then the beginning of April, there's regional qualifiers to get on the U.S. competitive circuit, like at the national level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our local one, well, the closest one is going to be April 5th and 6th. In Issaquah, but then there's also one the week before that, or 2 weeks before that, I think, that is in Spokane at Creed Academy. And then I think on the same day in Issaquah, there's also qualifying in Gresham, Oregon. And that's all I can remember at the moment.
Yeah, Gresham is out there too. I have trained at Revolution Parkour in Gresham, and I gotta say, great people. Big shout out if you are in the Oregon area. I definitely recommend looking up Revolution Parkour. They are a chain. There's also Parkour Visions is also offering classes currently at the Garfield Community Center in Seattle, as well as I believe Irving Park in Portland. So definitely check those guys out. They're doing Parkour Visions is making some big moves in the community. They're a non-profit organization doing some amazing work, in my opinion. They are responsible for developing Cordata Park in Bellingham, which is a dream location for me. I've been dying to go to this park.
So far out, though.
It's so far. It's 3 hours from us currently.
Why Bellingham? Why Bellingham? But hey, whatever, doesn't matter. It's there
probably,
at least. It does look pretty nice.
That's just probably where they had the money to develop.
in the spot, and people are probably willing. They might have a community out there too. They just don't post because nobody posts.
Oh no, they post. I see videos of that spot all the time. Mostly because I look for it though. You have to look for it.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of our whole, or I can't say our, but my whole goal for the community is to be able to connect them better to new spots to train, resources,
Right.
Information. I really want to step up the game for the parkour community in Washington. I know that it's been a bigger thing in Seattle, and it hasn't really branched out to the smaller communities the way that you would hope it would.
Yeah, but we're at least trying to pick up the Tacoma community of what's left of it. It's gotten a lot bigger. It was mostly me with a few friends at the beginning. The friends
Mostly 'cause I
didn't
moved
show
away.
up that many times, but
Yeah, when you started Tacoma Parkour, I was living in Oregon. So I was watching your videos. I was just not up here. So
you were lurking too, because I don't remember a single comment.
I have a hard time remembering to leave comments in general.
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember to like stuff, even if they do too. But they do remember the dislike, so always remember that. They remember to dislike things if they don't want.
I definitely try to like content. That's easy for me, but I wouldn't. I won't hit dislike. Normally, I'll normally hit like hide from me.
Right.
Like I don't want to dislike somebody's content unless they're like, I don't know, like fascist,
Blatantly
or
racist or
things
ridiculous.
like that. Like that stuff that I will hit dislike and then report and then don't show me this anymore.
Right.
But in general, I would say that I try to always positively engage with content where I can.
I wish more people were like that. A lot of people are more just say nothing unless it's negative. Not most people, but like usually the angry people or the bad people per se, they're the loudest. You know what I mean? So it's hard to not notice that more than you notice the other stuff. But I notice it. I check every comment, every comment all the time. Got notifications on 2 different devices. I make sure. I try to respond to everything too.
Yeah. So this being our 3rd episode, I feel like we're gonna be able to continue being consistent doing this.
Yeah, moving closer, like halfway closer even.
Yeah, seriously. Like now I think I'll be like 15 minutes from you or something. 15, 20.
When there's no traffic, yeah.
Yeah. You could always take C Street up. Goes almost all the way to me.
Yeah. I know.
Sets you up for the late by my house, really.
You live in my hometown. You're moving to my hometown now.
Hey, I graduated. I went to high school there.
Yeah.
I graduated in Puyallup.
Graduated from Washington.
Which, by the way, isn't there a roof gap there?
It's at Keithley, but yeah.
Keithley.
It's the middle school right next to it.
Oh, right. Oh, God. That's why I don't want to hit it.
Yeah, just go there in the summer.
Sometimes schools have some of the best parkour training spaces. I just, as a now almost middle-aged man, do not feel comfortable training at schools. I feel like I get a lot of weird looks, and it just makes me very self-aware.
You're not that good at pretending like you're not up to something, I'll be honest. Like, I walk into most spots and I act like I should be there, and I generally don't get those looks you're described as. Not from the public, at least. But we've been getting a lot more positivity lately, and I'm appreciating it.
I think part of that is the parkour community is a little bit better known. And it's got a different feel than the skate community, I would say.
Yeah? What do you mean by that?
I feel like when you're a skater and you show up to a spot that isn't like a skate park, right? Like we're talking like street skating. You show up to a spot and people consider you to be more of a nuisance, which, I mean, obviously you're not. You're there to like work on your art form.
Yeah.
But when you train parkour and you show up to a spot, it's not like you have a bunch of equipment, right?
Right.
Like people can't look at you and just know that you're training parkour unless you like talk to them about it. Whereas when you walk up with a skateboard or like rollerblades or a bike or whatever you're trying to work with, people already know that you're trying to basically waste some time and, you know.
Yeah. I know waste some time is the way to word it, but I know what you mean.
Well, by waste time, I mean like, while what you're doing may be productive for you, most people aren't going to see it as productive work.
Yeah, and honestly, that's their problem, though, to be honest.
It is. There's some huge issues around how productive you need to be in society.
I'm productive as hell. I work, I pay taxes, I pay rent.
I also work, pay taxes, I pay my rent. I'm trying to raise my credit. Like, I try to make investments where I can now. Trying to, like, make some true growth, both, like, in training and financially.
Making moves, for sure.
Big moves. Some things that I can't even talk about yet because it's not solid. I need these things to get solid. But, like, there's some stigmas around what being productive means, especially as an adult.
It's a little unfair if you ask me. It's the same thing as going to the gym and stuff. To be honest, we just choose a different spot. It's seen as antisocial, but if you watch all our videos, we're socializing all the time.
We're trying to be social.
If you go to a gym, most people have headphones on, or it's like them with one or two other people, like in a certain spot, not socializing very much, and it's just like.
Even when I bring my girlfriend to the gym, we're both using headphones, but we do a Spotify jam, so we're like listening to the same music.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Spotify has some great features.
I'm not saying don't go to the gym and that you have to socialize more at the gym, but I'm saying the stigma that like showing up to a spot with your friends is somehow antisocial. We got to find a way to try to keep that, like, we got to get away from that, you know what I mean? And I think we are. Even me, I'm not even getting that grumpy lately. It's pretty funny. I'm surprised.
Oh, I gotta say, I'm a very grumpy person lately. Part of that is I need some dental work done, and I have some tooth
clove
pain.
oil. Get some clove oil, I'm telling you.
I know. But I found that the problem wasn't actually the tooth itself. The doctor diagnosed that I had irreversible pulpitis or something like that. I have a nerve that is inflamed irreversibly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the only thing that's been helping is like ibuprofen to reduce inflammation and like a ton of ice cream. Just trying to get it cold, basically.
Doggy ate my ice cream.
I think that's kind of all of the parkour stuff that I have to talk about. Do you have anything to add?
I was curious how you stay motivated to work out all the time. And I'm sure some of the viewers would like to hear that too.
This is
because training is really easy for me to go out, especially when it's dry. But when it comes to the gym, I don't enjoy it very much. It's not the type of repetition I prefer. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But I'd like to hear from you.
One of the things that helps me, especially lately, is the very first thing out the gate is not trying to find a split. Start with full body workouts. Right? Like all around, you're gonna hit everything, and you're gonna do that like 3 times a week, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Work on the base.
Yeah, instill the foundation, and it's gonna be hard, but you need to learn to love the process, love the work itself. If you want to see the results from that work, you need to be like, all right, we're gonna do bench press today, and every rep you have to put your heart into it, right? Like, you need to put everything you have into it. I need to be better. I need to get stronger so I can protect my family, so that I can play with my kids longer, so that I can...
Okay.
Like, there are certain motivations, but then that motivation's going to run out. And that's one of the reasons why it's important to hang on to your conviction. Remember why you are doing what you're doing. Now, once you start to get sore in an area, let's say you've been doing these full body routines, but you find your legs are starting to get really sore. That's when I would implement something like a push-pull day. It's like upper body or core or lower back.
Right.
So in staying consistent, you've built a habit. And it's gotten to the point for me where I don't feel complete unless I've trained enough that week. And
right.
I mean, around everything. We could train parkour, but I don't feel right unless I've also done some strength work.
See, that's how I feel about parkour. When we don't train, I just get all uptight. I don't even want to edit at all. That's why sometimes there's like little breaks within the habit, because every once in a while it's just, I want to train. I don't want to watch training. I want to train.
And I get like that about parkour too. Like, I feel like I'm falling behind a little bit because I haven't been training parkour enough. I have been hitting the gym consistently, but I haven't been getting outside. I haven't been finding new spots. I haven't been like working on improving technique. I've only been improving strength, and that's mostly because that's all I've had time for.
Right.
Now that I'm working on finishing moving. I'll be back to consistent parkour training, but in the meantime, it's been purely how do I get stronger at the moment. Did I answer your question, or did I just ramble?
You answered it pretty well, yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm looking for, is I wanted to make sure that I actually answered the question. Well,
right. I used to go to the gym all the time, like especially when I was kickboxing, at least like 5 sessions a week, and I saw results, but the results just didn't motivate me enough.
Right. Now, if you guys are looking for a free parkour resource, there is an app called Thenics, Thenics. Thenics. You should be able to find it both on iOS and the Play Store. That is a strength app, but it has a sister app called Thenics Flow. And if you download that, it has about 5 levels of free parkour workouts that you should follow. The first workout, don't be like completely taken aback by, because that first workout is kind of a baseline. It's like, this is the very foundation that you should establish in order to properly train parkour. Right. After that, about level 2 to 5, it has some great techniques that all beginners should work, and it gives you kind of a road map to follow to really find the improvement that you're going to want to have to be able to even progress further. There is a paid tier, I believe, is like, I think it's like $8 a month for this one,
right?
Which isn't a ton, but that's going to give you access to about 15 different workouts that you could be following. Please make sure that you are assessing your own skill levels and strengths before you try to move up to the next one. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you've mastered it. You got to put that repetition in.
Right.
I'm kind of spacey right now, so it's easy for me to get off topic and just topic jump.
You're talking about working out. Transition is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I do think that's about it for this episode. I think that we're about half an hour long as it is. So Please make sure that you follow the channel. Check out our YouTube. Our YouTube is monetized, so check out Tacoma Parkour, where you can watch us go out and train, find these spots, jump around. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Any closing words?
Bingo, bango!
And that is it. Have a great day, Tacoma.
Yee.
Okay, we can turn these off.
I've been doing a lot of like yoga and shit though lately.
Nice. That app I was just
Stretching.
watching.
I like stretching, and yoga's fucking fun.
I got 2 apps for yoga.
I don't know if I need apps, brother, but
You say that, but let me show you what they are, at least.
okay.
So the one I was just talking about, Thenix Flow, they have a 15 level yoga series, and I like this one because I like to call it yoga for gym bros.
Yeah.
Because when you go in here, as you do 3 sets, so it'll have you do the first one. It has you do 3 poses, 1 minute in each pose, and then it has you repeat through 3 times total. It's not very difficult. It's like super easy to
I'm
follow.
not worried about difficulty. I just don't. I just have been doing yoga for years too. I just don't really need a hat for it. I'm not saying it's not good because it does look good, but it's almost not relaxing trying to look at a list, and that's part of why I do yoga is it's relaxing. And I have trouble relaxing in general.
I get it. It can. The reason I like this is it can help you develop better routines.
I should make my own yoga app that's like parkour specific. A lot of yoga is about like finding some special zone that is peace, when I think parkour yoga should be more based on being able to find peace in chaos. Because a lot of the good spots outside are next to roads with cars on it. There's stuff going on. You got to be able to tune it out enough to focus on doing the technique right. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Those are definitely good poses though, but I know.
The other one I like, and this one is, this one's like, this one's not just yoga. It's like an all-around stretch.
Are you sure Thenix doesn't sponsor you? Because I swear. No. They should be, because you swear by it, and I get that. I know. You're allowed to swear by things. I swear by the damn GoPro Quick app. It's pretty good for at least collecting clips. If you
what
don't
I like
use it
about
to
this
edit.
one is there's like these laid out ones, right, that are already, this one will put you to sleep. This one is like if you're an expert at stretching, here's like 30 minutes of work. Or you can go down here and you can pick like a specific area.
Right.
And you can isolate that area to stretch. There's other stuff too, like they have some, like this is going to get you running, this is better posture. But this one is nice, and it has a streak counter. So you go in there, you do a stretch routine, and you add a day to your streak.
Right.
So
That's pretty cool. I kind of like stuff like that.
yeah. Free. There's a paid tier that's $3 a month. I'm not paying for that shit.
That's fair. That's how I think on most things. A lot of that information is just available on YouTube and such.
Yeah. I feel pretty good about that episode. I'm definitely going to upload it as is. No real special editing.
Yeah, you're good. I'm gonna call on this